afternoon. This is Sunshine Reports. My name is Sahid Arabisala. The signing into law the amended bill to increase the number of judges in Ondo State has been described as historic and a strong determination to promote quick and equitable dispensation of justice. Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa will sign the bill into law at the Cocoa Conference Hall of the Governor's Office in Akure, renewed his administration's commitment to making the state judiciary the envy of the nation. The governor reaffirmed his dedication to strengthen the fabric of society and enhance administration of justice. Government's correspondent Wahab Bankole reports that the number of judges in the state has now increased from 24 to 35. The report.
The historic event held at the Cocoa Conference Hall of the Governor's Office in Akure to sign the amended bill to increase the number of judges in Ondo State into law was attended by top government officials led by Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa, lawmakers, members of the bar and the bench, as well as political associates. The Chief Judge of the state, Justice Olusegun Odushola, said the event was a testament to the commitment of Governor Aiyedatiwa to reduce delay in the administration of justice.
This expansion will enable us to tap into the talents of a diverse range of legal professionals, bringing fresh perspectives and expertise to the bench.
Speaker of the State House of Assembly, Olamide Oladiji, who applauded the governor for his doggedness to reduce the floodgate of litigation in the state, said the amended bill was passed by the lawmakers on the 27th of June 2024.
The bill will open the frontier of judiciary toward the appointment of quality lawyers in occupying the bench. This will enhance quick delivery of justice.
Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa, who described the occasion historic, said it will help to promote quick and equitable dispensation of justice in the state.
First time ever, since the creation of our state, we are increasing the number of judges in our judiciary. As I signed this bill into law today, we not only expand access to justice, but also fortify the foundation of our democracy. By increasing the number of judges, we are not only reducing the workload of the existing judges, but also enabling the judiciary to tackle backlog of cases. We equally ensure timely and faster administration of justice, thereby reducing congestions in our courts, a demonstration that our state is a beacon of progress, where the rights and dignity of all citizens are cherished and protected.
Governor Aiyedatiwa, who renewed his administration's commitment to make the state judiciary the envy of the nation, reaffirmed his dedication to strengthen the fabric of society and enhance administration of justice.
It is indeed a momentous occasion that demonstrates our unwavering commitment to justice, equality, and the rule of law. Let us celebrate this momentous occasion with pride, knowing that our collective efforts will resonate for generations to come.
The governor appreciated the State House of Assembly for the quick passage of the bill, which are promised to sustain the cordial relationship among the arms of government in the state. With this development, the number of judges in the state has now increased from 24 to 35. Wahab Bankole, Osrc.
The Ondo State government says it will soon reconstitute Land Dispute Resolution Committee between Akure and Idori communities. The Deputy Governor, Dr. Olaide Adelami, while playing host to representatives of both communities in the state capital, appealed for peace to avert any breakdown of law and order. Government House correspondent Zimo Ibieni was at the meeting as the report is presented from our studio.
here before you.
The meeting was at the instance of Ondo State government following lingering crisis between the two communities over land disputes. The Deputy Governor, Dr. Olayide Adelami, said the state government will be fair to the two parties involved in the land dispute, calling for peace and orderliness in Akure and Idore communities. Dr. Adelami said the governor, Lucky Aiyedatiwa, would continue to engage the people to reduce the burden of boundary disputes and bring governance closer to them. He said a committee will be set up to hear both parties involved and come up with resolutions that would put an end to the crisis.
I understand committee was raised for this purpose before, but because of the demise of the governor, the committee could not submit their report. So the summary is that he will explain everything. The summary is that we are going to reconstitute another committee to solve this problem. But meanwhile, let the status quo remain.
He enjoyed monarchs of the two communities to continually foster strong and peaceful relationships with their neighbors.
After the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, lifted the embargo on political campaigns ahead of the November 16 governorship election in Ondo State, you might expect to see a flurry of activities by political parties across the state. Some of the electorate, however, say there seems to be a lull in campaign activities. In this report, we'll delve deeper into why this is happening and its possible effects. The report. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, lifted the embargo on political campaigns in accordance with Section 94, subsection 1 of the Electoral Act 2022, which allows campaigns in public by all political parties to commence 150 days before polling day and ends 24 hours prior to that day. Ahead of the November 16, 2024 governorship election in Ondo State, some of the electorate say there appears to be a noticeable quietness on the campaign front.
It's not their campaign, it's not the noise they make that gives them the victory. They think they already have their strategy, and looking at everybody, sorry to use that word, all of them, I think they're not just serious with it, they just feel it's the usual thing. It's politics as usual. And when it's time, we know how to get these people to vote for us. So basically, I've not seen any seriousness. I've not seen anything that will make people know that, oh, this is the election period. I mean, it's just how many months to the election, and we've not even, okay, maybe if they think it's still long, that the months are still long, well, I don't know. But I feel at this time we already should start having the feelings that...
To get reactions to this opinion, Osrc sought update from some of the 17 political parties cleared to feature in the election. Many political parties cited ongoing strategizing efforts as the reason behind this apparent lull. The All Progressives Congress, ABC, and the People's Democratic Party, PDP, expressed that they are in the midst of formulating robust campaign strategies.
It's at the final stage of putting the list for the campaign together. As soon as this, we should be able to wrap up this by the end of this week. As soon as that is done, we'll start at the world level. We'll start with meetings at the world level, from there to local government, then proceed to the senatorial, finally at the state, before the campaign will commence in full swing.
So preparations are ongoing. As I speak to you now, the template for the campaign council, the state campaign council. I'm sure you are aware that last week, the National Campaign Council was inaugurated in Abuja for Edo and Ondo states. So that is, the lineup of activities for the campaigns and the election.
Other representatives of the participating political parties, including the Young Progressive Party, also highlighted the extended campaign season as a factor contributing to the current quiet phase.
It has become lengthened. I'm talking of almost 4 or 5 months, which is not the normal thing in our previous electoral process. So it's a long distance race when it comes to campaigns. And I think that's why even most parties are also taking their time before they step out, because you know that once you start it and you step out, then the expenses start piling up.
The party officials emphasized the importance of meticulous planning and coordination in their campaigns, noting that despite the lifted embargo, a comprehensive strategy is essential to effectively reach voters. However, amidst the perceived silence from the political arena, citizens and business owners, particularly graphic artists and other related professionals, echoed a sentiment of minimal campaign activity with the lack of engagement from political entities, which typically seek services such as poster and banner designs as well as promotional materials.
The patronage has been very, very low. That's we just have to face it. It's been low. Unless even some of the people that want to do, they would rather bring it from other states.
While the sentiment among citizens reflects a general expectation for heightened political activities, the team lead, Kimpak's Development Initiative, an organization dedicated to advancing democratic governance, Bukola Idowu, tasked politicians on issues-based campaign.
Encouraging the politicians to look at and to do is to see how they conduct and start their campaign with issues around security, issues around the economy of the state, issues around security of the state, life and property of the state, issues around infrastructure. But they should not focus mainly on personality, because we need to promote issue-based campaign and not personality attack. With the upcoming elections drawing nearer and schedule for campaign having started on June 19, 2024, there is anticipation that campaign efforts will intensify as parties finalize their strategies. Sahid Aribisala, Osrc News. A state-of-the-art Orange Health Insurance building has been inaugurated at Ondo State Specialist Hospital, Akure, by the State Contributory Health Commission. According to the Commissioner for Health, Banjia Jaka, the building will provide an avenue for enrollees of the various health insurance schemes to gain access to accessible healthcare delivery. Osrc's Joy Piles reports that the Commission also presented equipment and drugs to the health clinic of Ondo West Local Government Secretariat. The report.
In furtherance of the commemoration of the 5th anniversary of Ondo State Contributory Health Commission, this Orange Health Insurance building was commissioned to enable staff of the state get easy access to quality health care delivery. Inaugurating the edifice, Ondo State Commissioner for Health, Dr. Banjia Jaka, restated the place of the state government in providing quality services to the people of the state.
What we should do is to provide quality service to our people. And in doing that, this project is very, very important. Our governor is very committed to provide quality service to the people of Ondo State.
According to the Director General, Ondo State Contributory Health Commission, Dr. Abiodun Oyene, the building will also provide a conducive atmosphere for health workers to carry out their duties effectively.
We're excited that this innovation, we are bringing it to bear in Ondo State. And our teaming enrollees can be rest assured that going forward, qualitative services will be provided across our network of providers across the 18 local governments.
Secretary, Ondo State Drugs and Health Commodities Management Agency, Amos Oyegbusi, and others commended the initiative, calling for proper maintenance of the building.
We need to have that agreement, to have a protocol. If you are thinking of problem material, what do you need? If you are thinking of simple complication, what do you need?
The health sector is turning to a greater height in Ondo State. We are no longer employing for activity, we are employing for productivity.
For me, that is the way healthcare should go. Patients should leave the hospital satisfied that they have been well served.
The team was also at Ondo West Local Government Secretariat to present equipment and drugs to the health clinic. Joy Pius, Osrc News.
Ondo State government has embarked on a sensitization campaign to prevent cholera outbreak in the state. Head of Local Government Administration in Osrc South Local Government, Modupe Omoloja, will lead the officials of the Council's Environmental Health Services on the campaign to public places in the state capital, said Governor Lucky Ayedatiwa is committed to preventing the outbreak of the communicable disease in the state. Amoro Languiji has details.
Currently, Nigeria has recorded over 2,000 cases of cholera outbreak in 33 states, with over 60 deaths. Ondo State is among the few states without cholera, hence the proactiveness of the state government to adopt necessary measures in preventing its outbreak. Osrc South Local Government took to the public, led by the Council's Head of Administration, Mrs. Modupe Omoloja, to sensitize the general public on the disease. Among places visited were Palace of Deji of Akure, Obalade Toyinbo, Aladelusi, Ijemike Market, Odokoyi, Sabo, Afunbiowo, Erekeson Market, and Isolo, where the officials communicated in different languages: Hausa, Igbo, Yoruba, and Akure dialects. Mrs. Omoloja said the exercise is needed at this time when the state is free.
The governor now deems it fit that we need to sensitize our people so that because he doesn't want to do any mass burial in Ondo State. And that is the reason why we are here this morning, to sensitize our people, to let them know that they have to be hygienic. All the surroundings they sell must be neat, and all the products they are selling must be covered with nets so that flies will not be flying on whatever they are selling.
Head of Environmental Services in the local government, Grace Ikomola, enlightened the public on the measures required, which will complement government's efforts in saving the state from cholera.
They must wash their hands regularly with soap and water, and they must not dump their refuse inside drainage, the public drainage, even any drainage. There must not be open defecation. That is to say, they must not defecate outside. Each household must have a toilet. Then they must not buy rotten tomato, rotten pepper, rotten fruit. Then anybody that wants to eat fruits must make sure, and vegetable must make sure they wash their fruits and their vegetable before they eat it.
Bó ṣe yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe máa ṣe gan nìyẹn, bó ti ẹ̀ jẹ́ méjì lóṣù abẹ́ kan láàrin ọ̀sẹ̀ kí wọ́n máa ṣí àwọn èèyàn létí, ìyẹn ló máa jẹ́ àǹfààní gbogbo everybody.
The exercise continues with the silting of drains across the council area. Omoriola Ngbeji, Osrc News.
Christians have been tasked to strengthen their relationship with God by obeying His commandment so as to usher in abundant blessings. A clergyman, Reverend Taufik Dairo, gave the church during the July edition of the Ondo State Christian Welfare Board's prayer monthly meeting. At the event, faithful gathered to pray for Nigeria, Ondo State, its workforce, and to seek spiritual guidance in the second half of the calendar year. Details in this next report. The prayer meeting commenced with soulful song ministrations, filling the atmosphere with melodies of praise. Attendees, including religious leaders and members of the public, joined in heartfelt prayers led by various clergy. The atmosphere was one of solemnity and hope as participants sought divine intervention in addressing various societal challenges The chairman of the Christian Welfare Board, Reverend Raphael Agbola, highlighted the significance of such gatherings in fostering unity and spiritual strength among believers. Reverend Agbola emphasized the importance of prayer in shaping the destiny of the nation and the state, urging participants to remain steadfast in faith despite prevailing challenges.
So this is why we have invited people to come so that their faith can also be strengthened in Christ Jesus. Once they put their trust in God, God is there to sustain us. And we hope for the better, that by the grace of God, things will work better for those people who put their trust in God.
In a sermon, Reverend Taufik Dairo exhorted the congregation to deepen their relationships with God, emphasizing the need for personal spiritual renewal in order to positively impact society. Reflecting on the diversity of prayers offered, supplications were made for peace and prosperity in Nigeria, for the success of government initiatives aimed at uplifting the welfare of citizens, and for divine protection over the state's workforce.
There's no power, no principalities, no personalities that can against us if we have a cordial relationship with God. Because when we have a cordial relationship with God, He will instruct us. He will intervene into our matter. And after the intervention into our matter, He will give us an instruction. And that's where obedience is needed.
As the prayer meeting drew to a close, participants expressed gratitude for the opportunity to come together in unity and faith.
Whatever you do, first and foremost, you have to God. Anything, you have to consult God. And if you are fortunate, if you are sincere with yourself, if you are sincere with yourself, the Holy Spirit will direct you.
The July edition of the Ondo State Christian Welfare Board's prayer meeting for the congregation served as a reminder of the power of faith and collective supplication in addressing societal concerns. Sahid Aribisala, Osrc News. The Nigerian Army has restated its commitment towards fostering civil-military relationships for the enhancement of its duties. Officers of the Army from 32 Artillery Brigade 2 Division re-echoed this during a public engagement with secondary school students in Akure, Ondo State capital. The public engagement is part of activities in commemoration of this year's Nigeria Army Day celebration. The Nigeria Army's 161 years of existence is one that has witnessed several transformations, with the Global Firepower Index of 2024 ranking the Nigeria Army 39th out of 145 countries. While the evolving security dynamics in Nigeria is increasing the Army's visibility in combating crimes and criminality within the nation's territory, enhancing the civil-military interface has become key. One of the activities for the commemoration of the 2024 Nigerian Army Day celebration is this public speaking engagement. Officers of the 32 Artillery Brigade in Ondo State under the 2 Division are here at Oyemekun Grammar School, Akure, to interface with the students. The team lead, Lieutenant Colonel Oluwaseun Quadri, said the initiative is part of the Army's commitment to foster civil-military relationship.
Day in, day out, week in, week out, the Army is recording successes against the fight against all these security challenges. And I think the Army is doing well, and there's need for the public to know and support the Army in this fight.
Lieutenant Colonel Quadri said the students, as young Nigerians, have the potentials to imbibe the spirit of courage and selfless service to the country.
Being able to educate the students on the operation and activities of the Army, we have been able to inform them better about what the Army is all about, and I am sure they are now well informed about the military and the Army in particular. In the next 7 to 10 years, I'll be expecting to see some of them in the Army.
Lieutenant Miles Umbank, in his lecture, emphasized the need for the students to be patriotic citizens, imbibe the spirit of honesty, discipline, and stay away from drug abuse. The vice principal of the school and students commended the Nigerian Army for the initiative, noting that the interaction has broadened students' perspectives and motivated them towards meaningful career paths.
This talk has been wonderful and it's an eye-opener. It has really corrected a lot of misrepresentations that the students have towards the Nigerian Army.
Before I was like, Army, all about Army is war. But now I can learn that
in Army, we are having doctors, lawyers, medical personnel, all aspects, and so it has changed my message from like Army war.
As Nigeria celebrates 2024 Army Day with the theme Transforming the Nigeria Army, imperative for combating contemporary security challenges within a joint environment, events like this underscore the importance of bridging the gap between the armed forces and the community they serve, thereby inspiring the next generation to embrace opportunities that contribute to national unity and security. Sahid Aribisala, Osrc News. And now to sports. African Games medalist Consider Ekanem has been signed by the Tennessee Track and Field in the National Collegiate Athletics Association, NCAA USA. NCAA is a program which allows students to combine athletics and sports and on scholarship as well, with the opportunity of transitioning into professional athletes after their studies. The Ondo State athletes will be on the roster of Tennessee Track and Field ahead of next season. Consider finished on the podium for Nigeria at the 2023 African Games in Ghana. The 20-year-old, who was discovered by former Nigerian sprinter Seun Ogunkoya in Akure, claimed bronze in the men's 200-meter and added gold to it with the men's 4x100-meter relay team in Ghana. And with that story, we've come to the end of Sunshine Reports. Thanks for watching. Good afternoon.